and welcome to Sleepy Science Night. I'm so glad you found your way here tonight. Wherever you are in the world, the subconscious mind is one of psychology's most profound music mysteries, a vast realm of awareness that operates just beneath our everyday thoughts. Tonight, we'll gently explore how this hidden layer of your mind might hold the key to finding the inner peace you seek. Wherever you are right now, music perhaps nestled in your favorite chair or lying comfortably in bed, allow yourself to settle into this shared moment of quiet discovery. Tonight, we'll explore 100 remarkable insights about the subconscious mind and its deep connection to inner peace. From the neural networks that hum quietly behind your thoughts to the automatic patterns that shape your emotions to the gentle mechanisms your brain uses to process and heal during sleep. If this quiet exploration of the mind's mysteries helps you unwind, music, a gentle like, and subscribe helps other curious souls find their way here too. It only takes a moment. Music, but it means the universe to us. One sleepy soul at a time. No pressure. Music. All just if it feels right for now. Just let your shoulders soften. Let your breathing fall into its own rhythm. Imagine yourself, music floating in a space of gentle curiosity, where facts become stories and stories, music become dreams. Now, if you're ready, let's begin our quiet journey through the hidden landscape of your mind. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Imagine you're part of an endless stream of consciousness where thoughts bloom and dissolve like waves, moving without boundaries, without destination. Music, let go of all limits. Let your mind drift through the space of awareness. Your subconscious mind processes approximately 11 million pieces of information every second, while your conscious awareness handles only about 40. This remarkable discovery from neuroscience research in music 2024 reveals that beneath the surface of your everyday thoughts lies in music, incredibly sophisticated processing system. Your subconscious is constantly filtering sensory input, monitoring your environment for threats and opportunities, regulating your breathing and heartbeat, and maintaining the complex chemical balance that keeps you alive. It's like having a silent, incredibly efficient assistant working around the clock, handling the countless details that would overwhelm your conscious mind. This vast music processing power operates so smoothly that you rarely notice it, yet it forms the foundation of every moment of your existence. The subconscious doesn't just process information, it creates the very backdrop against which your conscious experience unfolds. Recent brain imaging studies show that the subconscious begins making decisions up to 10 seconds before you become consciously aware of them. Scientists at the Max Planck Institute discovered this using advanced fMRI technology, watching brain patterns that predict choices before people report being aware of deciding. This doesn't mean you lack free will, but music, rather that your consciousness operates more like the narrator of a story than the author. Your subconscious continuously weighs options, considers music past experiences, and evaluates possibilities before presenting its conclusion to your conscious mind. What feels like a spontaneous choice. It's as if your consciousness is the tip of an enormous iceberg with vast depths of neural processing hidden beneath the surface. Understanding this can bring about profound sense of peace. So many of the decisions and impulses that seem to come from nowhere actually emerge from this deeper wisdom. The default mode network in your brain, a collection of regions, including the medial prefrontal cortex and posterior cingulate, becomes most active when you're not focused on the outside world. This network, discovered through neuroimaging research, is essentially your brain's screensaver, but far more music important than that. Metaphor suggests when you're daydreaming, remembering music, the past, or imagining the future, this network lights up with activity. It's where your sense of self emerges, where autobiographical memories are processed, and where your brain makes sense of your place in the world. Research published in 2025 shows that meditation and mindfulness practices, music, can quiet this network when it becomes overactive, reducing the rumination and worry that often disturb inner peace. Think of it as learning to turn down the volume on your brain's music. Background chatter, your subconscious mind stores every experience you've ever had, creating what psychologists music call implicit memory. Unlike explicit memories that you can consciously recall, implicit memories influence your behavior and emotions without your awareness. These memories shape your reactions to people, places, and situations based on patterns your subconscious has detected over years of experience. A song that makes you inexplicably sad might be connected to a moment you can't consciously remember. A stranger who makes you feel immediately comfortable might remind your subconscious of someone who was kind to you long ago. This vast library of implicit music memory works like an emotional guidance system, constantly comparing current situations, music, to past experiences to keep you safe and help you thrive. Understanding this can bring compassion for your own reactions and those of others. The subconscious mind operates primarily through symbols, metaphors, and emotions rather than logical reasoning. This is why dreams often seem strange to our conscious minds. They're messages from our subconscious spoken in its native language of imagery and feeling. When you have a dream about being chased, your subconscious might be processing feelings of anxiety or avoidance. When you dream of flying, it might be expressing a desire for freedom or transcendence. Clears throat. Recent research in 2024 shows that this symbolic thinking continues during waking hours, influencing how we interpret art, respond to stories, and even make decisions. Your subconscious speaks in the language of poetry, not prose. Learning to understand this symbolic language can provide insights into your deeper needs and desires, guiding you toward choices that align with your truest self. Neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to reshape itself, occurs primarily during states of relaxation and sleep when the conscious mind steps aside. Throughout 2025, music researchers have continued to document how the subconscious mind reorganizes neural pathways, strengthens beneficial connections, and prunes away what's no longer needed. This process happens most actively when you're not trying to force change through conscious effort. It's as if your brain needs the space and quiet of a relaxed state to do its deeper work. This is why people often have breakthrough insights while walking, showering, music, or just before falling asleep. Your subconscious has been working on problems and possibilities behind the scenes, and when your conscious mind relaxes, the solutions can finally emerge. Trusting this process, music, can transform your relationship with stress and struggle. The subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between music, past, present, and future the way your conscious mind does. Time for your subconscious music is more fluid and interconnected. This explains why trauma can feel present even when it's in the past, and why positive visualization can create real physiological changes in the present moment. Your subconscious responds to imagined experiences almost as powerfully as it does to real ones. When you vividly imagine a peaceful scene, your stress hormones actually decrease. When you recall a happy memory with full sensory detail, your brain releases the same neurotransmitters associated with happiness. This timeless music quality of subconscious processing means that healing isn't limited to linear time. Past wounds can be reprocessed and reframed. Future possibilities can influence music. Present states and moments of peace can echo backward and forward through your entire life experience. Your subconscious mind is constantly working to maintain homeostasis. Music, not just in your body, but in your emotional and psychological life as well. Recent studies in neuroscience, music show that the subconscious continuously monitors your internal state and automatically adjusts neurotransmitter production, music, stress hormone levels, and neural activity to keep you balanced. When you experience strong emotions, your subconscious immediately begins working to return you to equilibrium. It releases calming chemicals after excitement, energizing compounds after sadness, and healing factors after stress. This automatic regulation system operates with wisdom accumulated over millions of years of evolution. Sometimes what feels like emotional turbulence is actually your subconscious mind's healing process at work. Trusting this natural tendency toward balance can help you move through difficult emotions with greater ease and patience. The phenomenon of intuition is actually rapid subconscious processing based on pattern recognition. Your subconscious mind constantly compares current situations to vast music, databases of past experiences, emotions, and sensory information. When something feels off about a person or situation, it's often because your subconscious has detected subtle cues, micro-expressions, voice tones, body language patterns that don't match positive past experiences. Research in 2025 The Music has shown that people who trust their intuition often make better long-term decisions than those who rely solely on conscious analysis. This is because the subconscious can process far more variables simultaneously than conscious thought. Your gut feelings are sophisticated calculations performed by your wisest, most experienced inner advisor. Learning to listen to and trust these subtle signals can guide you toward more authentic choices and relationships. Sleep serves as a natural bridge, music, between conscious and subconscious processing, allowing for memory consolidation and emotional integration. During sleep, your brain literally washes itself through the glymphatic system, clearing metabolic waste while strengthening important neural connections. The subconscious uses this time to sort through the day's experiences, filing important memories, and processing emotions. REM sleep music when most dreaming occurs is particularly crucial for psychological healing and creative problem solving. Your subconscious works through conflicts, integrates new information with existing knowledge, and often presents solutions through dreams or morning insights. This is why the advice to sleep on it has scientific validity. Music. Your subconscious continues processing problems even when your conscious mind has given up, often arriving at elegant music solutions by morning. Prioritizing good sleep is therefore one of the most powerful ways to support your subconscious wisdom. The subconscious mind responds more powerfully music to repetition than to intensity. This principle, confirmed through decades music of psychological research, explains why gentle, consistent music practices often create more lasting change than dramatic interventions. Your subconscious learns through patterns and habits rather than single events. A daily 5-minute meditation practice will typically have more impact on your peace of mind than an occasional hour-long session. Kind self-talk repeated regularly rewrites internal narratives more effectively than sporadic positive affirmations. This is because the subconscious interprets repetition as importance. What happens repeatedly must be significant and worth incorporating into your automatic responses. Understanding this can transform your approach to personal growth, shifting focus from intense effort to consistent, gentle practice. Small daily actions compound over time to create profound transformations. Your subconscious mind is deeply influenced by the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what's possible. Psychologists call these internal narratives or self-schemas, and recent research shows they operate like programs running in the background of your consciousness. If your internal story is that you're someone who struggles with anxiety, your subconscious will unconsciously seek evidence to confirm this identity. If your story is that you're becoming more peaceful each day, your subconscious will notice and amplify experiences that support this narrative. This isn't about positive thinking or denial. It's about recognizing the profound power of self-concept in shaping reality. Your subconscious acts as both the scriptwriter and the lead actor in the story of your life. Becoming conscious of these internal narratives gives you the power to choose stories, music that support your well-being rather than undermine it. The subconscious mind processes emotional information significantly faster than rational information. Researchers have found that emotional centers in the brain, including the amygdala and limbic system, receive and process sensory information before it reaches the prefrontal cortex, where rational thought occurs. This means your emotional reactions often arise from subconscious processing rather than conscious reasoning. Understanding this can bring tremendous compassion for your own emotional responses and those of others. When you feel music upset, afraid, or joyful, these emotions often contain wisdom that bypasses logical analysis. Your subconscious has evaluated the situation music based on vast experience and responded accordingly. Rather than dismissing emotions as irrational, learning to decode their music messages can provide valuable guidance. Often the path to inner peace involves honoring emotional wisdom while also engaging rational understanding. Music, mindfulness meditation literally changes the structure and function of music. Brain regions associated with subconscious processing. Studies using brain imaging technology show that regular meditation increases gray matter in areas related to emotional regulation, decreases activity in the default mode music network associated with worry and rumination, and strengthens connections between rational and emotional brain centers. These changes occur in as little as 8 weeks of music practice. Meditation essentially teaches your conscious mind to observe music's subconscious processes without being controlled by them. You learn to notice thoughts and emotions arising from your subconscious without automatically believing or acting on them. This creates space, a pause between stimulus and response where choice becomes possible. In this space, peace naturally emerges. Your subconscious continues its important work of processing and protecting, but no longer overwhelms your conscious experience. The subconscious mind communicates through your body as much as through your thoughts. Physical sensations, tension, ease, energy, fatigue are often messages from your subconscious about your environment, relationships, or internal state. Your stomach might tighten when you're around certain people because your subconscious has detected subtle signs of dishonesty or manipulation. Your chest might open and your breathing deepen in natural settings because your subconscious recognizes a safe, nourishing environment. Research in somatic psychology shows that paying attention to these bodily signals, music, can provide crucial information that conscious analysis might miss. Your body is like a sophisticated antenna, constantly receiving and transmitting information between your subconscious wisdom and conscious awareness. Learning to listen to your body's messages can guide you toward choices and environments that truly support your well-being. The subconscious mind is naturally oriented toward growth, healing, and wholeness. Even when music circumstances are difficult, your subconscious is constantly working to help you music, adapt, learn, and thrive. This healing orientation is built into the very structure of your nervous system. When you experience trauma, your subconscious immediately begins developing coping strategies. Music, when you encounter challenges, it starts searching for resources and solutions. When you experience joy or love, it works to internalize and integrate these positive experiences. This innate drive toward wellness means that peace isn't something you need to create from scratch. It's something your subconscious is already moving toward. Your conscious role is often simply to get out of the way, to stop interfering with your natural healing processes through worry, self-criticism, or forcing. Trusting your subconscious wisdom can accelerate your journey toward inner peace. The practice of progressive muscle relaxation works by consciously communicating with your subconscious through your body. When you systematically music, tense and release different muscle groups, you're essentially teaching your subconscious what relaxation feels like. In contrast to tension, your subconscious, which controls automatic muscle tone and stress music responses, learns to recognize and recreate the relaxed state. This communication between conscious intention and subconscious function creates a powerful feedback loop. As you become more skilled at conscious relaxation, your subconscious becomes more adept at maintaining peaceful states without conscious effort. Many people find that after practicing progressive relaxation regularly, their bodies naturally become more relaxed throughout the day. Their subconscious has learned to maintain their peaceful states as a new normal rather than an exception. Your subconscious mind is deeply influenced by the emotional tone of your environment. Research in environmental psychology shows that spaces, sounds, colors, and even smells can activate different subconscious programs and emotional states. Natural environments tend to activate parasympathetic nervous system responses associated with peace and restoration. Cluttered or chaotic environments can trigger subconscious stress responses even when you're not consciously bothered by them. Soft, warm lighting activates different neural pathways than harsh fluorescent lights. Understanding this can transform your approach to creating peace in your life. Rather than relying solely on mental strategies, you can create physical environments that support your subconscious in maintaining peaceful states. Your surroundings become allies in your journey toward inner peace, automatically cueing your subconscious toward calm and restoration. The subconscious mind processes rhythm and music in ways that directly influence emotional states and stress responses. Slow, rhythmic sounds like gentle drumming, ocean waves, or certain types of music can entrain brainwaves towards states associated with deep relaxation. Fast, irregular sounds can activate stress responses even when you're not consciously aware of the music. This is why lullabies, chanting, and certain types of music have been used across cultures for healing and spiritual practices. Your subconscious responds to auditory rhythms as environmental cues about safety or danger. Rhythmic, predictable sounds signal safety and allow your nervous system to relax. Random, loud, or harsh sounds trigger alertness and stress responses. Music, consciously choosing sounds that support your subconscious in maintaining peaceful states, can be a powerful music tool for transformation. The phenomenon of felt sense described by psychologists involves your subconscious mind creating a physical, emotional summary of complex situations. This felt sense emerges as a bodily sensation, perhaps a lightness in your chest when thinking about a good friend or a heaviness in your stomach when considering a difficult decision. Research shows that this bodily wisdom often contains more information than conscious analysis alone. Your music, subconscious processes, emotional undertones, past associations, future implications, and present context. Music simultaneously then delivers this complex assessment as a simple felt sensation. Learning to pause and check in with your felt sense before making decisions can guide you toward choices that align with your deeper wisdom. This practice bridges conscious reasoning with subconscious knowing, often leading to decisions that feel right at both levels. The subconscious mind processes information in clusters and patterns rather than linear sequences. This is why insights often arrive suddenly as complete ideas rather than step-by-step logical progressions. Music, your subconscious has been gathering information, testing connections, and exploring possibilities outside your conscious awareness. When enough pieces align, the complete pattern suddenly becomes available to consciousness as an insight, inspiration, or solution. This process explains why creative breakthroughs often occur during relaxed states. When conscious effort ceases, your subconscious continues working on problems even when you've consciously given up, often arriving at elegant solutions that conscious thinking might never reach. Music. Understanding this can transform your relationship with problems and challenges. Rather than forcing solutions through conscious effort alone, you can learn to pose questions to your subconscious and trust that answers will emerge in their own time. Sleep research has shown that the subconscious mind actively processes emotional experiences during dreams, often working through conflicts and integrating difficult feelings during sleep. your brain creates symbolic scenarios that allow emotional processing without the constraints of logical thinking. A dream about being lost, music, might represent feelings of confusion in waking life. A dream about flying might process experiences of freedom or transcendence. Recent studies in 2025 show that people who remember and reflect on their dreams often show better emotional regulation and psychological well-being. Dreams provide a window into your subconscious. Emotional processing, offering insights into fears, desires, and unresolved experiences, rather than dismissing dreams as meaningless. Approaching them with gentle curiosity, music can provide valuable guidance from your deeper wisdom. The subconscious mind responds powerfully, music, to visualization and mental imagery. When you imagine yourself in peaceful, beautiful environments, your subconscious activates the same neural pathways associated with actually being in those places. This explains why guided imagery and visualization practices can create real physiological changes, decrease stress hormones, lowered blood pressure, improved immune function. Your subconscious doesn't distinguish between music vividly imagined experiences and real ones. This gives you tremendous power to influence your internal state through conscious music visualization. You can essentially train your subconscious to maintain peaceful states, music, by regularly imagining yourself in calm, beautiful, safe environments. Over time, these visualized experiences become music templates that your subconscious can access and recreate automatically. Research in interpersonal neurobiology. Music shows that your subconscious mind is constantly reading and responding to the emotional states of people around you through a music process called emotional contagion. Mirror neurons in your brain automatically mimic the emotional expressions and body language of others, music causing you to feel echoes of their internal states. This means that spending time with peaceful, centered people naturally supports your own subconscious in maintaining calm states. Conversely, being around anxious or agitated people can unconsciously trigger similar states in yourself. Understanding this can guide you in choosing relationships and environments that support your journey toward inner peace. Your subconscious is always in relationship, always receiving and transmitting emotional information. Choosing to surround yourself with peaceful influences becomes a way of caring for your subconscious wisdom. The practice of compassionate self-talk literally rewrites the neural pathways in your brain associated with self-concept and emotional regulation. When you speak to yourself with kindness, your subconscious interprets this as evidence of your worthiness and safety. Over time, kind music talk becomes the background voice of your internal experience rather than criticism or worry. Research in 2024 shows that people who practice self-compassion have more resilient stress responses, better emotional regulation, and higher levels of overall well-being. This isn't about positive thinking or denial. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness you would offer a good friend. Your subconscious responds to how music you talk to yourself, using your internal dialogue as information about how to feel and respond to life's music challenges. Let's pause here and notice your body as you breathe out slowly. Appreciate music, each tiny cell inside trillions of organisms working in silence, heart beating, lungs breathing, music, brain thinking, all without your command. Notice the gentle sensations on your skin, in your muscles, along your spine. You are a complete ecosystem. Music, diverse, self-balancing. Now we continue. Your subconscious mind maintains what psychologists call emotional memory, associations between experiences and feelings that influence your responses to similar situations. Unlike conscious memories, emotional memories, music, are stored without clear details about when, where, or why they formed. A particular smell might trigger feelings of safety because your subconscious associates music it with loving care, even if you can't remember the specific experience. A certain tone of voice might create anxiety because it resembles someone who was critical even though the current speaker is kind. Music, understanding emotional memory, can bring tremendous compassion for seemingly irrational reactions. Music, these responses aren't random. They're your subconscious trying to protect you. Based on past learning, healing often involves gently updating these emotional memories with new positive experiences. Music, the subconscious mind operates on what researchers call approach and avoidance programming. At the deepest level, music, your subconscious is constantly evaluating whether to move toward or away from people, situations, and experiences. Music, based on past learning, this programming developed to keep your ancestors alive, approaching sources of safety, food, music, and companionship while avoiding danger, toxicity, and threat. In modern life, this same system influences your attraction to certain foods, people, activities, and environments. Sometimes, your conscious mind wants something that your subconscious recognizes as harmful, creating internal conflict. Sometimes, your subconscious draws you toward experiences that your conscious mind doesn't understand. Learning to dialogue between these two levels of awareness can help you make choices that honor both wisdom and music desire. Recent neuroscience research shows that gratitude practices, music, influence neural pathways associated with well-being and peace. When you regularly acknowledge things you appreciate, your subconscious begins to notice music and amplify positive experiences automatically. This isn't just psychological. Brain imaging shows increased activity in areas associated with positive emotion and decreased activity in regions associated with stress and worry. Your subconscious essentially learns to filter experience through appreciation rather than criticism or fear. Over time, this creates what researchers call an upward spiral, where positive experiences become music more prominent in your awareness, leading to more positive experiences. Gratitude becomes a way of training your subconscious music to collaborate with life rather than defend against it. The concept of psychological safety describes environments where the subconscious feels secure enough to relax its defensive vigilance. In psychologically safe spaces, whether relationships, communities, or internal states, your nervous system can downregulate from survival mode into growth and connection mode. Your subconscious constantly monitors your environment for signs of acceptance or rejection, support or threat. When it perceives safety, creativity flourishes, authentic expression becomes possible, and inner peace naturally emerges. When it perceives threat, even subtle, emotional or psychological threat, defensive systems activate automatically. Creating psychological safety for yourself involves both choosing supportive external environments and cultivating internal conditions, music of self-acceptance and non-judgment. Your subconscious mind processes time differently during various states, music of consciousness. In deep relaxation or meditation, subjective time slows down as your brain shifts into slower wave patterns. Minutes, music can feel like hours, and hours can feel like minutes. This altered time perception is your subconscious communicating that you've entered a restorative state where healing and integration can occur. Many spiritual and therapeutic traditions intentionally create conditions that slow subjective time through meditation, ritual, or immersion in nature. Music. These practices give your subconscious the spaciousness it needs to process experiences. Music integrate learning and restore balance. Understanding this can help you prioritize activities and practices music that create this expanded sense of time. The phenomenon of emotional regulation primarily occurs through subconscious processes that you can learn to support consciously. When you experience strong emotions, your subconscious immediately begins working to return you to equilibrium through various neural and chemical mechanisms. Breathing practices, gentle movement, and mindfulness can support these natural regulatory processes rather than trying to control emotions directly. which often backfires. You can create conditions that help your subconscious do its regulatory work more effectively. This might involve music, changing your environment, adjusting your breathing, or simply offering yourself compassionate attention. Your subconscious wisdom knows how to process emotions. Your conscious role is to provide supportive conditions rather than interference. Sleep spindles, brief bursts of brain activity, music during light sleep are your subconscious mind's way of protecting sleep from disturbances while processing information. These spindles, discovered through EEG technology, occur when your brain needs to integrate new experiences without being awakened by external sounds or internal thoughts. Research shows that people with more sleep spindles have better memory, consolidation, and emotional processing. Your subconscious essentially creates a music protective bubble around your sleep, allowing deeper processes to continue undisturbed. Music. This protective function extends beyond sleep. Your subconscious constantly filters stimuli to protect your peace of mind, sometimes suppressing awareness of things that would overwhelm your conscious capacity. Learning to trust this protective wisdom can reduce anxiety about things beyond your control. The practice of loving kindness. Meditation specifically influences neural pathways associated with empathy, compassion, and social connection. Brain imaging studies show that regular loving kindness practice increases gray matter in areas related to emotional processing. Music and decreases activity in regions associated with judgment and criticism. This practice works by repeatedly directing kind intentions toward yourself and others, gradually training your subconscious music to maintain compassionate states as its default mode. The traditional phrases, "May you be happy," "May you be peaceful," "May you be free from suffering," music, become neural programs that run automatically in the background of your experience. Your subconscious learns to approach life from a foundation of kindness rather than defensiveness or judgment. Your subconscious mind maintains what psychologists call music attachment patterns, deep programming about relationships and safety that developed in your earliest years. These patterns influence how you connect with others, respond to stress, and regulate emotions throughout your life. Secure attachment creates subconscious patterns of trust, resilience, and emotional regulation. Insecure attachment can create patterns of anxiety, avoidance, or overwhelming emotional responses. The good news is that attachment patterns can be updated. Through healing relationships and conscious practices, your subconscious can learn new ways of relating through corrective emotional experiences, relationships that provide the safety and attunement that support secure attachment. Therapy, spiritual, community, and intimate relationships can all provide opportunities for this healing. Research in circadian biology shows that your subconscious mind operates on natural rhythms that extend far beyond the sleep-wake cycle. These rhythms influence hormone production, music, body temperature, cellular repair, and even emotional states. Throughout the day, your subconscious naturally attunes to light, darkness, seasons, music, and lunar cycles, maintaining connections with larger natural patterns that conscious culture often ignores. Many people find that aligning their daily routines with these natural rhythms supports their subconscious in maintaining balance and well-being. This might mean eating larger meals earlier in the day, spending time in natural light each morning, or creating evening routines that signal to your subconscious that music, it's time to begin the transition towards sleep and restoration. The subconscious mind processes information through what cognitive scientists call fuzzy logic, working with probabilities, patterns, and intuitive leaps rather than strict binary thinking. This allows for creative solutions, artistic expression, and wisdom that transcends logical analysis. Your subconscious can hold multiple contradictory possibilities simultaneously, often finding truth in paradox where conscious thinking gets stuck. This fuzzy logic explains why meditation practices often involve accepting contradictions, being aware and relaxed, focused and spacious, individual and universal. Your subconscious is comfortable music with mystery and uncertainty in ways that bring peace rather than anxiety. Learning to think more like your subconscious can reduce the stress that comes from trying to figure everything out with conscious logic alone. Trauma is essentially an overwhelm of the subconscious mind's natural processing capacity. Music, when experiences are too intense, too fast, or too threatening, your subconscious may store them in fragmented ways, music that continue to influence your nervous system. However, research in trauma therapy shows that the subconscious maintains an innate drive toward music, healing, and integration. Given appropriate support, it will naturally work to process music and integrate traumatic experiences. Healing approaches like EMDR, somatic therapy, and mindfulness work by providing safe conditions for your subconscious to complete music its natural processing. This isn't about reliving trauma, but about supporting your subconscious music in integrating these experiences so they no longer overwhelm your present moment awareness. The phenomenon of unconscious competence describes skills that have become so integrated that they're performed by subconscious processes, music rather, than conscious effort. When you first learn to drive, walk, or speak, these activities required enormous conscious attention. Now they happen automatically, freeing your conscious mind for other tasks. This same process applies to emotional and spiritual skills. With practice, states of peace, compassion, and presence can become unconsciously competent, maintained by your subconscious without constant, conscious effort. This is why spiritual traditions emphasize regular practice rather than sporadic, intense efforts. They're training your subconscious to maintain elevated states as naturally as it maintains breathing or walking. Your subconscious mind responds particularly strongly to what psychologists call state-dependent learning. Information, skills, and insights learned in particular emotional or physical states. Music are most easily accessed when you're in similar states. Again, this is why many people have their best insights while walking, why certain music can instantly transport you to different emotional states, and why meditation practices create consistent conditions for accessing wisdom. Understanding state-dependent learning allows you to consciously create conditions that support your subconscious in accessing its greatest music wisdom. If you learn something important while feeling peaceful, creating peaceful conditions will help you access that learning. Again, your subconscious organizes information by state as much as by content. The practice of mindful breathing creates a direct communication channel between conscious intention and subconscious regulation. Breathing is unique among bodily functions. It operates automatically through subconscious control, but can also be consciously directed. When you breathe slowly and deeply with mindful attention, you're essentially teaching your subconscious what calm feels like and how to maintain it. Your nervous system receives this music-conscious breathing as information about safety and can adjust its baseline accordingly. Over time, mindful breathing practices train your subconscious to maintain more regulated states even when you're not consciously focusing on your breath. This is why breathing practices are found in virtually every spiritual and healing tradition. They provide a key, reliable way to influence subconscious functioning music through conscious intention. If you're still here with me, thoughts still flickering like candle music light, just notice, don't judge, just notice where your mind is. We're exploring consciousness itself, the very thing doing the exploring right now. Strange, music, beautiful, and perfectly calm. Let's drift onward together. Your subconscious mind processes forgiveness, music very differently than your conscious mind, while consciousness often holds on to grudges through logical justification. Your subconscious music naturally tends toward release when given permission. Forgiveness isn't about condoning harmful behavior. It's about freeing your subconscious from carrying the energetic weight of past hurts. Research shows that people who practice forgiveness have lower stress hormones, better immune function, and improved emotional regulation. Your subconscious doesn't need elaborate forgiveness processes. It responds to simple permission to let go. Often the barriers to forgiveness are conscious rather than subconscious. Your deeper wisdom already knows that holding on to resentment hurts you more than the original offense. The phenomenon of flow states occurs when conscious effort synchronizes with subconscious competence. In flow, your conscious mind provides intention and direction while your subconscious handles the detailed execution of complex skills. Athletes, artists, music, and musicians describe these states as effortless performance, where self-consciousness disappears and action becomes automatic. Music, flow, states demonstrate the potential for harmony between music conscious and subconscious functioning. Rather than consciousness trying to control everything, it learns to trust music and collaborate with subconscious wisdom. This same principle applies to emotional states. Inner peace emerges when consciousness stops trying to force outcomes and learns to trust the subconscious mind's natural tendency toward balance and healing. Your subconscious mind, music, maintains what researchers call somatic markers, physical sensations associated with different people, places, and experiences. Music. These markers help guide decision-making and social navigation outside conscious awareness. You might feel energized around certain people because your subconscious associates them with positive music experiences. You might feel drained around others because your subconscious detects emotional demands or manipulation. These somatic markers provide rapid assessment of situations based on accumulated wisdom. Learning to notice and trust these physical cues can guide you toward choices that support your well-being. Your body becomes a sophisticated guidance system, translating subconscious wisdom into practical direction for your conscious choices. Sleep serves as a nightly reset for your subconscious emotional processing systems. Music. During sleep, your brain consolidates positive experiences, processes challenging emotions, and often integrates opposing perspectives into more balanced understanding. Many people find that music problems that seemed overwhelming the night before feel more manageable after good sleep. This isn't just about rest. Music, your subconscious has been actively working on solutions and emotional integration while you slept. Sleep deprivation disrupts this natural processing, making emotional regulation more difficult. Music and problems seem more overwhelming. Prioritizing good sleep becomes a way of supporting your subconscious in maintaining emotional balance and clear perspective. The practice of self-compassion specifically influences subconscious self-talk, music patterns that run constantly in the background of your experience. Most people have an internal commentary that's far more critical than they would ever be toward a friend. Self-compassion practices gradually shift these internal voices toward kindness and support. Your subconscious interprets how you talk to yourself as information about your worth and safety. Music, kind self-talk, signals safety and worthiness, while harsh self-criticism signals threat and inadequacy. This isn't about false positivity. It's about treating yourself with basic human kindness. Over time, compassionate self-talk becomes the background voice of your experience, creating internal conditions that support peace rather than anxiety. Your subconscious mind processes symbolic meaning in art, music, and literature. Music in ways that can facilitate deep healing and insight. Engaging with beauty, whether through creating or experiencing art, activates neural pathways associated with transcendence, connection, and meaning. Your subconscious responds to symbolic representations of healing, transformation, and wholeness. This is why many cultures use art, music, and storytelling as healing practices. A beautiful piece of music can shift your emotional state because your subconscious recognizes patterns that resonate with harmony and peace. A meaningful story can provide insight into your own life because your subconscious identifies with universal patterns of challenge and growth. Beauty's music, medicine for the subconscious mind. Research in interpersonal synchrony shows that when people feel connected, their subconscious systems literally synchronize. Heart, music rates, breathing patterns, and even brainwaves begin to coordinate when people are in harmony. This biological synchrony creates feelings of safety, belonging, and peace that extend far beyond the conscious interaction. Music. Your subconscious recognizes attunement with others as a sign of safety and belonging. This explains why authentic connection feels so nourishing and why isolation can be so challenging. Seeking relationships and communities where this natural synchrony can occur becomes a way of supporting your subconscious in maintaining peaceful, connected states. The subconscious mind processes ritual and ceremony as powerful communication about safety, meaning, and belonging. Repeated actions performed with intention. Music, whether religious, ceremonies, personal routines, or therapeutic rituals, signal to your subconscious that life has music, structure, meaning, and predictability. Many healing traditions use rituals specifically to communicate with the subconscious mind about transformation and renewal. Your subconscious responds to symbolic actions, repetitive movements, and ceremonial containers as information about reality and possibility. Even simple personal rituals like lighting a candle before meditation or having a regular bedtime routine help your subconscious organize, experience, and maintain balance. Your subconscious mind maintains connections to larger natural cycles, music, and collective patterns that conscious culture often ignores. Seasonal changes, lunar phases, and environmental rhythms influence subconscious functioning in ways that can support or disrupt inner peace. Many people find that aligning their lives with these natural rhythms supports their subconscious in maintaining balance. This might mean adjusting activity levels with the seasons, honoring the need for more rest during darker months, or paying attention to how environmental changes affect your energy and mood. Your subconscious wisdom includes awareness of these larger patterns and can guide you toward choices that honor natural rhythms, music, rather than fighting against them. The phenomenon of cellular memory suggests that your subconscious processes include memory storage throughout your body, not just in your brain. Trauma survivors often report that healing involves releasing tension stored in specific areas of their body. Positive experiences can also be stored as body memories. The feeling of safety in a grandmother's embrace, the joy of childhood play, the peace of time in nature. Your subconscious can access these cellular memories through gentle attention to bodily sensations. Practices like yoga, massage, and somatic therapy. Music work partly by helping your subconscious access and integrate these body-stored experiences. Your entire body becomes a library of subconscious wisdom. Music, we've traveled halfway, and in this moment, let each breath guide you to realize time. Music is yours, a separate stream that only you are living. While the vast universe continues, music to spin, expand, change. This second, you're breathing. Listening is unique. Cherish the present moment, knowing that right now your time is unique in the universe, and we continue drifting. Your subconscious mind operates through what psychologists call music felt meaning, understanding that arrives as sensation rather than logical explanation. This felt meaning often provides more complete music information than rational analysis because it includes emotional, somatic, music, and intuitive data. You might have a felt sense that someone is trustworthy even before you can articulate why. You might feel that a decision is right even when you can't fully explain your reasoning. This felt meaning emerges from your subconscious music processing vast amounts of subtle information simultaneously. Learning to pause, music, and check in with felt meaning can guide you toward choices that align with your deeper wisdom rather than just your logical preferences. Your subconscious mind processes healing through what researchers call corrective emotional experiences. Music. When you encounter situations similar to past difficulties, but with better outcomes, your subconscious updates its understanding of what's possible. A kind response when you expect criticism can shift deep patterns. Safety when you're prepared for danger. Music can rewrite anxiety programs. These corrective experiences don't need to be dramatic. Small moments of unexpected kindness or understanding music can create significant shifts in subconscious programming. This is why healing relationships are so powerful and why returning to music challenging situations with new skills can be transformative. Your subconscious is always ready to update its programs when presented with new evidence. The practice of presence, simply being aware of your immediate experience without trying to change it, creates optimal conditions for subconscious healing. When you're not trying to fix, music, improve, or escape your current experience, your subconscious can use its natural healing capacity without interference. Presence provides the psychological safety that allows your subconscious to process difficult emotions, integrate challenging experiences, and restore balance. This is why many spiritual traditions emphasize being with what is, rather than trying to create particular states. Your subconscious wisdom knows what needs to happen next. Presence provides music the space for this natural unfolding. Sleep research reveals that the subconscious mind uses dreams to practice emotional regulation and problem solving in safe conditions. Dreams often present challenging scenarios that allow your subconscious to explore different responses without real-world consequences. You might dream of confronting someone who intimidates you, giving your subconscious practice music in assertiveness. You might dream of being lost and finding your way, building confidence in your ability, music, to navigate uncertainty. This dream practice strengthens your actual capacity to handle similar situations in waking life. Your subconscious uses the safety of dream music states to build skills and process emotions that would be too overwhelming during conscious experience. The phenomenon of entrainment describes how your subconscious automatically synchronizes with rhythmic patterns in your environment. Your heart rate can entrain to music. Your breathing can synchronize with ocean waves, and your brain waves can align with repetitive sounds. This natural tendency towards synchronization is why rhythmic practices, drumming, chanting, walking, rocking music, can be so soothing. Your subconscious recognizes rhythm as a sign of safety and order. Chaotic, arrhythmic environments can stress your subconscious even when you're not consciously aware of the music. Disturbance. Choosing rhythmic, harmonious environments supports your subconscious in maintaining peaceful, organized states. Your subconscious mind processes empathy through mirror neuron networks that automatically simulate the emotional states of others. When you see someone in pain, your subconscious music activates similar neural patterns in your own brain, allowing you to feel echoes of their experience. This automatic empathy is the foundation of compassion and social connection. However, it can also lead to emotional overwhelm when you're around people in music distress. Learning to distinguish between your emotions and others' emotions becomes a crucial skill for maintaining inner peace. Your subconscious can learn to maintain compassionate awareness without taking on others' emotional states as your own. The practice of gratitude specifically influences what psychologists call your attentional bias, what your subconscious notices and emphasizes in your experience. Regular gratitude practice trains your subconscious to notice positive experiences, kind gestures, beautiful moments, and sources of support. This isn't about denying difficulties, but about balancing your perception to include goodness that might otherwise go unnoticed. Your subconscious then begins to automatically highlight these positive elements, creating what researchers call an upward spiral. Music, where noticing good things leads to feeling better, which leads to noticing more good things. Gratitude becomes a way of training your subconscious to collaborate with life's gifts. Your subconscious mind maintains what trauma therapists call window of tolerance, the zone of arousal where you can handle stress and emotional intensity music without becoming overwhelmed or shutting down. This window can be expanded through practices that build your capacity to remain present with challenging experiences. Meditation, therapy, and supportive relationships gradually teach your subconscious that it's safe to feel music without being overwhelmed. A wider window of tolerance means greater resilience, music better, emotional regulation, and more capacity to stay peaceful during difficult circumstances. Your subconscious learns that you can handle whatever arises, reducing the need for defensive reactions. The subconscious mind processes music, spiritual and transcendent experiences through neural networks associated with self-transcendence, music, unity, and meaning. During deep meditation, prayer, or mystical experiences, brain activity shifts in ways that support feelings of connection to something larger than the individual self. These experiences aren't just psychological music. They involve real changes in brain function that can be measured through neuroiming. Your subconscious is naturally capable of these transcendent music states, which often bring profound peace and perspective. Regular spiritual practice helps your subconscious maintain access to these expanded states. Even during ordinary daily activities, research in positive psychology shows that your subconscious responds powerfully to experiences of all moments. When you encounter something vast, beautiful, or mysterious that transcends ordinary understanding, our experiences, music can occur in nature, through art, in relationships, or during spiritual practices. These moments naturally quiet the default mode network associated with self-centered thinking and worry. Your subconscious interprets or as evidence that you're part of something magnificent and meaningful. Music. Regular experiences of awe support your subconscious in maintaining perspective, reducing music stress, and accessing states of natural peace that emerge from feeling connected to something greater than individual concerns. The subconscious mind processes music, touch, and physical affection through neural pathways that directly influence feelings of safety, bonding, and emotional regulation. Gentle, nurturing touch releases hormones like oxytocin that support calm and connection. Your subconscious interprets loving touch as evidence of safety and care, which allows stress responses to downregulate. This is why practices like massage, hugging, music, petting animals, or even self-massage can be so soothing. Physical tenderness communicates directly with your subconscious in ways that words sometimes cannot. Even gentle self-touch, placing a hand on your heart, or giving yourself a shoulder rub can signal safety and care to your subconscious systems. Your subconscious mind maintains complex maps of safety and danger that influence how you feel in different environments. These maps are created through accumulated experience, music, and can be updated through new experiences. A place where you felt safe and loved becomes associated with peace in your subconscious mapping. A place where you experience threat or trauma may continue to trigger stress responses, even years later. Understanding this can help you make conscious choices about environments that music support your well-being. You can also gradually update these maps by creating new, positive experiences, music, in challenging environments, teaching your subconscious that circumstances have changed. The practice of loving kindness toward difficult music people specifically trains your subconscious to maintain peaceful states even when encountering challenging personalities. This doesn't mean becoming passive or accepting harmful behavior. Rather, it means maintaining your inner peace regardless of others' actions. When you practice sending good wishes to people who trigger you, your subconscious learns that your peace doesn't depend on others behaving in particular ways. This builds tremendous emotional freedom and resilience. your subconscious discovers that you can feel peaceful even when others are upset, angry, music, or critical. Sleep spindles and slow wave sleep create optimal conditions for what neuroscientists call memory consolidation, the process, music, by which your subconscious integrates daily experiences with long-term knowledge. During these deep sleep states, music, your brain literally washes itself, clearing metabolic waste while strengthening important neural connections. Your subconscious sorts through the day's experiences, keeping what's meaningful and releasing what's music unnecessary. This process often leads to morning insights or emotional shifts that couldn't occur through conscious processing alone. Good sleep. Music becomes essential support for your subconscious wisdom. The subconscious mind processes meaning and purpose music through neural networks that connect personal experience with larger patterns and values. When your actions align with your deeper values, your subconscious generates feelings of satisfaction and rightness. When there's misalignment, you might feel restless, empty, or conflicted. Even when circumstances seem positive externally, your subconscious constantly evaluates whether your life choices serve your authentic purposes. This internal guidance system can help you navigate decisions about relationships, work, and lifestyle. Learning to listen to this deeper sense of alignment or misalignment can guide you toward choices that truly support your well-being. Research in contemplative neuroscience shows that different meditation practices influence different aspects of subconscious functioning. Concentration practices strengthen your ability to maintain focus and resist music distraction. Mindfulness practices enhance your capacity to observe thoughts and emotions without being controlled by them. Compassion practices expand your capacity for empathy and loving kindness. Your subconscious responds differently to these various approaches, allowing you to choose practices that support specific aspects of growth, music, and healing. Rather than trying to force one approach, you can experiment with different methods to discover what most supports your subconscious wisdom. The phenomenon of emotional contagion means your subconscious automatically picks up and mirrors the emotional states of people around you. This happens through mirror neuron systems that operate below conscious awareness. Spending time, music, with peaceful, centered people naturally supports your subconscious in maintaining similar states. Conversely, being around highly anxious or agitated people, music can trigger stress responses in your own system. Understanding emotional contagion can guide you in choosing social environments that support your inner peace. You can also learn techniques for maintaining your own emotional center while staying open and compassionate toward others. Your subconscious mind processes creativity through what researchers call divergent thinking, the ability to generate multiple solutions and see connections between seemingly unrelated ideas. This creative capacity functions best in relaxed, playful states where there's no pressure to produce specific outcomes. Many artists and innovators report that their music best ideas come during walks, showers, or other relaxed activities. Music, when their conscious mind isn't forcing solutions, your subconscious continues working on creative challenges even when your conscious attention is elsewhere, often presenting solutions when you least expect them. Creating space for this natural creative process, music, can enhance both innovation and peace. The practice of noting or labeling emotions as they arise teaches your subconscious to maintain observer awareness rather than becoming completely identified with emotional states. When you gently note anger arising or sadness present, you're training your subconscious to maintain perspective even during intense emotions. This doesn't suppress emotions, but creates space around them where choice becomes possible. Your subconscious learns that emotions are temporary visitors rather than permanent residents. This perspective, music, brings tremendous freedom and peace because you're no longer at the mercy of every emotional fluctuation. Sleep. Research reveals that your subconscious processes moral and ethical dilemmas during dreams, often working through complex value conflicts. In symbolic scenarios, you might dream of choosing between different paths, facing moral tests, or resolving conflicts between competing values. These dream processes help your subconscious integrate your ethical understanding with emotional and personal factors. Many people report waking with clarity about difficult decisions after their subconscious has had time to process the various considerations during sleep. Your subconscious wisdom includes moral intelligence that can guide you toward choices that align with your deepest values. The subconscious mind processes attachment and bonding through neural networks that formed during your earliest relationships. These deep patterns influence how you connect with others throughout life, affecting your capacity for trust, intimacy, and emotional regulation. Secure early relationships create subconscious patterns that support resilience and peace. Difficult early relationships may create patterns of anxiety, avoidance, or emotional dysregulation. However, these patterns can be healed through corrective relationship experiences. Your subconscious can learn new ways of relating through therapeutic relationships, spiritual communities, music, or intimate partnerships that provide the safety and attunement you need. Research in environmental psychology shows music that natural environments specifically support subconscious restoration and stress recovery. Time in nature reduces cortisol levels, lowers blood pressure, and activates parasympathetic nervous system music responses associated with peace and healing. Your subconscious recognizes natural environments as inherently safe and nourishing. Even viewing images of nature or listening to natural sounds can trigger these restorative responses. Your subconscious has evolved over millions of years in natural environments and continues to find peace and renewal through connection with the natural world. The phenomenon of lucid dreaming music demonstrates your capacity to maintain conscious awareness within subconscious states. In lucid dreams, you become aware that you're dreaming while still in the dream state. This creates unique opportunities for dialogue between conscious intention and music. Subconscious wisdom. Some people use lucid dreaming to practice skills, work through fears, or explore creative possibilities. Whether or not you become lucid in dreams, the phenomenon illustrates that consciousness and subconsciousness, music, can collaborate rather than operate in complete separation. This collaboration potential music extends to waking life, where you can learn to work with your subconscious rather than fighting against it. Your subconscious mind processes sound and silence in ways that directly influence nervous system regulation. Harsh music, loud, or chaotic sounds can trigger stress responses even when you're not consciously bothered by them. Gentle music, rhythmic or harmonious sounds support relaxation and peace. Silence itself provides space for your subconscious to process and integrate experiences without external input. Many contemplative traditions emphasize the importance of regular silence for psychological and spiritual well-being. Your subconscious uses quiet periods to sort, heal, and restore balance in ways that constant stimulation prevents. The practice of surrender, consciously releasing attachment to particular outcomes, creates optimal conditions for subconscious wisdom to operate. When you stop trying to force solutions through conscious effort alone, your subconscious can offer its broader perspective and creative problem-solving abilities. Surrender doesn't mean passivity. Music, it means aligning conscious intention with subconscious wisdom rather than fighting against it. Many spiritual traditions emphasize surrender as the path to peace because it allows your deeper intelligence to guide your life rather than trying to control everything through conscious will alone. Your subconscious often knows what you need before your conscious mind does. You might be feeling tired now. That's perfectly fine. Breathe slowly. Feel the cycles. Thoughts arise and pass away. Emotions come and go. Worries appear and dissolve. All are circles, cycles, endless flows, like your music breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. A small cycle within the vast universe. You are also part of that eternal movement. You don't need to hold on to anything. Let everything unfold in its perfect order, like waves silently rising and falling. Music on a distant shore, unhurried, unresisting, simply existing. We're almost there now. Your subconscious naturally moves toward wholeness and integration. Even painful experiences are processed through this lens of potential healing and growth. Your subconscious music seeks to weave all experiences into a meaningful narrative of learning and becoming. This drive toward wholeness, music explains why many people find meaning in their struggles and why difficult periods often precede significant growth. Your subconscious doesn't see suffering as meaningless, but as information to be processed, music, and integrated. Trusting this natural movement toward wholeness can bring peace even during challenging times. The breath serves as a bridge between conscious and subconscious music. Functioning, breathing happens automatically yet can be consciously influenced. Music. When you breathe with awareness, you create a direct channel for communicating peace, music, to your subconscious. Slow, deep breathing signals safety and allows your nervous system to relax. Your subconscious receives this conscious breathing as evidence that all is well, supporting the shift from music, stress to peace. Your subconscious processes love and connection as fundamental safety signals. When you feel truly seen, accepted, music, and cared for, your entire nervous system can relax into peaceful states. This isn't just emotional, it's biological. Love literally regulates your stress, music, response systems, and supports optimal functioning. Even self-love and self-acceptance provide these regulatory benefits. Your subconscious interprets kindness toward yourself as evidence of safety and worthiness. The practice of presence naturally quiets the mental chatter that often disturbs peace. When you focus gently on immediate sensory experience, the feeling of breathing, sounds around you, or the sense of sitting, your subconscious shifts out of problem-solving mode into receptive awareness. This shift allows natural peace to emerge without effort. Presence isn't a technique you do, it's a natural state you allow. Sleep serves your subconscious as daily renewal and restoration. During sleep, your brain literally cleanses itself, processing emotions and consolidating learning from the day. Your subconscious uses this time to restore balance, integrate experiences, and prepare for tomorrow's challenges. Music. Prioritizing good sleep becomes a fundamental way of caring for your subconscious wisdom and maintaining emotional equilibrium. Your subconscious responds to beauty as healing medicine. Beautiful music, art, nature, or relationships activate neural pathways associated with transcendence and peace. Beauty music reminds your subconscious of harmony, order, and goodness. Music in the city world, surrounding yourself with beauty, even simple beauty like flowers, music, or gentle music, supports your subconscious in maintaining peaceful states. The phenomenon of intuition emerges from your subconscious, processing music, vast amounts of subtle information simultaneously. Your gut feelings and hunches often contain wisdom that logical analysis misses. Learning to trust and follow. Music, intuitive guidance can lead you toward choices that truly support your well-being. Your subconscious has music, access to information and patterns that your conscious mind cannot process. Forgiveness primarily benefits the forgiver by freeing subconscious music energy that was bound in resentment. When you release grudges, your subconscious can redirect music, that energy toward healing, creativity, and growth. Forgiveness isn't about others, it's about liberating your own subconscious from carrying the burden of past hurts. Your deeper wisdom naturally wants to let go and move forward. Your subconscious processes meaning and purpose through connection to something larger than individual concerns, whether through spirituality, service, creative expression, or love. Connecting with transcendent purposes naturally. Music brings peace. Your subconscious recognizes when your life serves larger patterns of goodness and responds with feelings of rightness and satisfaction. Music, the practice of compassion, literally rewires your brain toward it. Peace, when you respond to suffering, your own or others, with kindness rather than judgment. Music, you strengthen neural pathways associated with calm and connection. Compassion becomes both response to pain, music, and a path to inner peace. Your subconscious learns to meet difficulty with love rather than resistance. Your subconscious maintains connections to natural rhythms and cycles that support balance and renewal. Honoring these rhythms, rest after activity, solitude after social time, reflection after action, supports your subconscious in maintaining equilibrium. Fighting against natural cycles creates unnecessary stress and exhaustion. The phenomenon of flow occurs when conscious intention aligns perfectly with subconscious competence. In these moments, action becomes effortless and self-consciousness disappears. Flow states demonstrate the peace possible when conscious and subconscious function work in harmony rather than conflict. This same harmony can extend to all areas of life. Your subconscious processes trauma and healing through the body as much as the mind. Gentle movement, breathing practices, and mindful attention to physical sensations support your subconscious in releasing stored trauma and integrating healing experiences. Music, your body becomes a pathway for subconscious wisdom rather than just a vehicle for conscious action. The practice of gratitude specifically trains your subconscious to notice and amplify positive experiences. Regular appreciation shifts your attentional bias toward goodness and beauty in music, life. This isn't denial of difficulties, but cultivation of balance. Your subconscious learns to recognize music and celebrate the gifts that are always present alongside challenges. Your subconscious music naturally seeks safety, connection, and meaning. When these basic needs are met, peace emerges. Music naturally without effort. Much of the work of finding inner peace involves creating conditions, internal music, and external, where your subconscious feels safe to relax its vigilant protection and rest in natural well-being. The phenomenon of synchronicity suggests your subconscious may be connected to larger patterns of meaning and purpose beyond individual awareness. Meaningful coincidences often occur when you're aligned with your deeper purposes. While science hasn't fully explained music synchronicity, many people find that following these meaningful patterns leads music toward it greater peace and fulfillment. Your subconscious processes time as fluid and interconnected rather than linear and separate. Past healing can influence present peace. Future possibilities can music inspire current hope. This timeless quality means that peace isn't dependent on external circumstances. Music, but can emerge from your subconscious connection to eternal patterns of love, music, and wisdom. The practice of acceptance creates space for your subconscious wisdom to operate without interference. When you stop fighting against what is, your deeper intelligence can respond creatively to circumstances. Acceptance isn't passivity, it's the foundation. Music for wise action. Your subconscious can only offer its full wisdom when you're not fighting against reality. Your subconscious maintains an innate drive toward love, connection, music, and service, even when covered by defensive patterns. This essential nature remains intact. Peace emerges naturally when you align with this fundamental orientation toward goodness. Your truest self wants to love and be loved, to contribute and belong. The breath connects you to the present moment where peace naturally resides. Your subconscious can only access its full wisdom when attention rests in the here and now. Past regrets and future anxieties exist only in imagination. Reality is always now. Each breath brings you home to this eternal present where peace, music waits. Your subconscious processes mystery and uncertainty as opportunities for growth, music and discovery rather than threats to be controlled. Learning to rest comfortably in not knowing allows your deeper wisdom, music, to emerge. Mystery becomes a doorway to wonder rather than a source of anxiety. Your subconscious is comfortable with uncertainty. The practice of loving kindness toward yourself gradually transforms your internal environment from criticism to compassion. Your subconscious responds to self-kindness as evidence of safety and worthiness. This internal compassion then naturally extends to others, creating ripples of peace in your relationships and community. Music. Your subconscious processes surrender as an act of wisdom rather than defeat. Letting go of the illusion of control allows your deeper intelligence to guide your life. Surrender opens space for grace, synchronicity, and unexpected. Music. Support. Your subconscious knows that you're part of a larger intelligence. That music can be trusted. The journey toward inner peace is actually a journey home to your natural state. Peace isn't something you achieve. It's what remains when you stop struggling against life. Your subconscious has always known this. Peace, waiting patiently for your conscious mind to music stop searching elsewhere and simply rest in what has always been present. Your subconscious mind is the key to inner peace because it connects you to the timeless, boundless awareness that is your music. Deepest nature beneath all the thoughts, emotions, and experiences. Your subconscious knows itself as pure consciousness, peaceful, loving, and free. This is who you have always been. This is who you are now. This is the peace that surpasses understanding, available in every moment when you stop searching and simply be. And so, our quiet journey through the mysteries of the subconscious comes to a gentle close. We've traveled from the vast processing power of your hidden mind to the simple truth that peace is your natural state, discovering along the way that your subconscious has music always been your wisest guide. From neural networks processing millions of signals to the simple music breath that connects consciousness with peace, we've glimpsed how your mind is both unimaginably complex and beautifully simple. The subconscious reminds us that we are never truly separate from the peace we seek. Much of our suffering happens in thinking, worrying, trying to control what cannot be controlled. Peace waits beneath thought, in the spacious awareness that simply observes without struggle. Peace emerges naturally. By pausing to listen, we discover the extraordinary in the ordinary. And now, music in these final minutes. Take the deepest breath you can, as deep as possible. Think about consciousness itself. Music, yours, mine, everyone listening. All awareness everywhere. Perhaps all music connected in ways we don't yet understand. You are not alone in the universe of minds. Let your entire being dissolve into the ocean of consciousness, into dreamless music. Rest into the space before thought. Prepare for deep sleep. No boundaries left, only peace. If this thoughtful exploration of the mind made you feel less alone, whisper it forward to someone awake tonight. It may bring comfort to one more wandering consciousness. Music, one quiet share, one peaceful night at a time. But there's no need to do anything now. Nothing at all. You've traveled far tonight, deeper than most journeys. Music take you. You can allow these thoughts of consciousness and peace to fade now, like morning mist dissolving in warm sunlight, leaving only the gentle calm behind. Let your breathing deepen. Let your body feel heavier, as if held by loving earth. If sleep comes, let it carry you like a gentle river smoothly, inevitably into a realm where peace is the only reality. If your eyes are still open, know that your subconscious continues this work. But if they're closed, stay there. Stay in the darkness that feels safe and warm. Tomorrow, your subconscious will still be working for your highest good. Peace will still be your deepest nature. But tonight belongs to stillness. Music, rest well. Beautiful soul. And remember, you have always been the peace you seek. Sweet dreams with gentle psychology. Good night. Music. Music.